This started really long time ago, years ago, with me as a public, not a creator, but as a public member who wants to be more engaged than just traditionally sitting in public and viewing the performance. The tech is moving so fast, and that will be something that I would like to explore. Curious how would I involve that into my practice. I found Dorian and Gallery at 12 who are doing something like that. The first period we had talks to figure out what would that be, and this period here now is actually testing the idea that we made.
Well, she told me that the idea is to try and come up with a platform or an experiment in which we could both extend our comfort zones, mine being in technology and her being in movement and choreography. And we really started thinking about what it might be, like how do we best do it. We really started talking about what it would mean to create a project that explores what the technology is all about rather than what can be done with it, and how to create a more technological piece or a piece, a choreographical piece or a contemporary dance piece that can talk to technology-used audiences. It felt like you're being hurt by her being what she is, and you needed, as an anxious, someone else, and Branko was, for a short period of time, that. So it was actually really kind of good.
What I like with the time that happened is that they were still in the characters, and they didn't let go, but they had to just reassess, but it has tension. So I don't want them to release the tension, to know now we need to reassess and start again, because it's a pause, but I need to freeze time.
At some
Not
point
freeze time, I need to suspend time. So it has to go like, and that creates tension for us to watch and a reset for you.
There's amount of possibilities inside for a performer to be changed. We have like 4 parameters, like characters, and then through these 4 characters we have like 6 qualities that a person who is watching can change.
The audience has the opportunity to change how the choreography goes. To be exact, they change the way we act, our emotions, our stuff that trigger us. They change the relationship that we have. And to me as a dancer, that helps a lot to go like from here, 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 to be like fast changes and not to go away from the task that is given.
And you know what's the best thing? Because I perceived Dunja as one of the choreographers I worked with as a super precise person in the material, in the idea, and I'm enjoying seeing Dunja letting go all the time for these.
So we go together through all this stuff for you to tell me what this parameter means to you, because I think for everyone means something different, and that is also very interesting for us because we can set maybe different parameters, because for me is one thing, but maybe you are doing something else.
I think good portion of what we're doing needed and needs still to come to us back from the performers and the audiences. So it's this intensive process of trying out stuff, at the same time analyzing from the perspective of us as authors, but them as kind of performers and participants, and constant fine-tuning of the result that we get.
But sometimes I am confused with the black, because now I'm talking only visual.
This was actually much more easier with this sadistic movement. So I referenced on sadistic.
Because you only could have time to read your instructions, so you can't read anybody's else, right? Very good. But can you, within the impro, can you sense other people's intentions?
Yes.
What they are?
Yeah.
Okay, you can read that. Well, what I like is that the public who is online and setting the parameters for the dancer is in the same time frame and difficulty as the dancers. So it becomes one world. So it doesn't become something safe for one and very difficult for the other, but it gets equally, I don't know, is it uncomfortable, but at stake. There is a tension that you have to perform something in the moment, and you're trying to find the best way how to set it or execute it. And can you do the change?
What is the reflection of the person who is changing the parameters, like who is she, who is the person, and again her background and why did she do that, and how is it going to impact on us.
It would break the expectations, because when you change the things, you don't know what's going to happen at all. So I think it would be pretty exciting. The changes are constant, so here everything's going to change in 4 minutes.
For me, I would love to be the audience in this kind of show. It would be, I think, super cool.
So technically what's happening is from somewhere, he's sending information about this parameter to the server,
Right.
and the server is communicating to the device on the performer
Right.
and relaying whatever he did.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build it on the principles of how contemporary communication, kind of post-COVID communication devices work in terms of the interface, in terms of the server technologies. And so it's like, we're trying to build something that's along the lines of Zoom for participatory performing arts, and creating this tool may take time, but I think we're at the point where we can say that, yeah, it's going to work.
I got to explore something that I have intense fascination for, and what I would like to actually do with this, if that will be coming to some kind of a direction that it could be used in an actual performance. If we were to create a piece that the public can change the mood of the piece, so they can change the sound of the piece, they can change the light of the piece, and they change the relations between the performers.
I'm not sure what the theater is going to be 10 years from now, and if we self-restrain to art galleries and theaters in physical places, to physically available and ready to travel audiences, we might end up becoming audienceless and spaceless. So it's not so much about conquering the new world, it's doing what we do, understanding that the rules have changed and applying these new rules to ourselves as well in order to keep exchanging and making just whoever we can reach excited about art.